Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining our presentation today. My name is Adam Froelich with the Amazon team. We are just at the top of the hour, so I might give it 2 or so more minutes before we get started. Just let a couple other people trickle in. Thanks for joining. Okay. Um, Looks like the attendee number is starting to flatten out a little bit, so we can go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Adam Froelich. I am a tech partnership manager on the Amazon multi-channel fulfillment team, which is also referred to as MCF. I'm joined today by a few panelists who will assist with Q&A. So we have Ali, who's on the same team as me from the Amazon side, and we're also joined by Dan and Trish from the Order Desk team, who can assist us with some Q&A at the end of the presentation. So my presentation today will take probably no more than 20 minutes, so we should have plenty of time for Q&A at the end. Within your GoToWebinar dashboard, you should see a section there for questions where you can enter your question. And again, near the end of the presentation, we'll do our best to get through all the questions that you guys have. Thanks again for joining. So multi-channel fulfillment, or MCF, is a third-party logistics or 3PL service that enables businesses to leverage Amazon's fulfillment network and expertise to power their growth by delivering their customers' orders through off-Amazon channels. But before delving into what MCF is and how it can benefit your business, I wanted to take a few minutes to discuss some of the macro trends we're seeing in the global e-commerce industry. Today, a growing number of e-commerce businesses are discovering that multi-channel selling can accelerate their growth. Multi-channel e-commerce sales, which have been surging in recent years, are expected to total $687 billion in the U.S. in 2023, and that'll account for about 55% of total e-commerce sales, according to eMarketer. Consumer behavior is the force that's driving this shift towards multi-channel e-commerce. Indeed, the majority of retail consumers today, 73%, according to a survey by the Harvard Business Review, use multiple channels over the course of their shopping journeys. And so retailers today must be able to satisfy demand across multiple channels. And that could include brand websites, e-commerce marketplaces, and various social media stores. A recent survey that we conducted revealed that 70% of Amazon sellers sell on at least one off-Amazon channel. And this percentage is likely to rise in the coming years as the number of different e-commerce sales channels increases. Selling across multiple channels can create opportunities for retailers like you to drive higher customer conversion rates and revenue growth. but it can also create challenges and lead to increased complexity and costs when it comes to your logistics operations. Managing a multi-channel e-commerce business, but particularly when it comes to handling logistics operations like inventory management and order fulfillment, is not an easy task. Many e-commerce businesses engage 3PL providers to help them streamline their multi-channel fulfillment operations, reduce operational costs, and ensure a consistent first-class customer experience through all the channels that they sell through. So Amazon multi-channel fulfillment is a 3PL that you can use to do precisely that. All right, so what is MCF? MCF provides fast, reliable fulfillment across all your off Amazon sales channels. We give your customers the Amazon fulfillment and fast delivery experience that they know and love for all their orders from your branded website and the e-commerce marketplaces and social media stores where you sell today. So let's talk about a little bit how it works. So first, you'll send your inventory to Amazon if you haven't already, and we distribute and store your products in our network of fulfillment centers. Customers will then place an order through any off Amazon sales channel, which could include, again, your website, marketplace, etc. Your order is then routed to MCF automatically via an integration, such as the pre-built application we have with OrderDesk, or a custom API, or you can also place manual orders in Seller Central rather. We then will pick and pack your products and ship them to the customer's doorstep. We deliver your orders to customers within 1 business day for our priority ship speed, 2 business days for our expedited speed, or 3 to 5 business days for our slowest standard speed from when the order ships. And then for the UK, those times are a little bit accelerated as well if anybody sells there. So expedited is a 1-day experience and standard is a 3-day delivery experience. Moving on to the next slide here. With MCF, you can automate, streamline, and simplify your fulfillment operations and improve your delivery performance and customer satisfaction across all these channels. So let's dive into MCF history. So MCF is not a new 3PL service. It's actually been around for about 15 years. So if we look at some of our milestones, MCF was launched in the US and the UK in 2007 and subsequently launched in other countries around the world. And today we are servicing 10 countries with plans to expand to additional marketplaces as well. Over the years, MCF has continuously and extensively invested in innovation, constantly striving to improve our services and rolling out new product features to improve the experience for merchants. As an example, in 2021, we had a big launch of our unbranded packaging program, which now allows merchants to ship their MCF orders to customers in a blank box or unbranded packaging at no additional fee to the merchant. So this program is now available for merchants in the US, UK, and Canada, and plans to expand it out to our additional marketplaces as well. And then that same year in 2021, we also launched a self-service registration for non-Amazon.com customers, meaning that merchants who do not sell their products on Amazon and have no plans to sell as a third-party seller can still use MCF strictly for their e-commerce fulfillment. And another in 2021, big year for us, we introduced a feature that allows you to opt out of Amazon Logistics, which is a requirement for some certain marketplaces who don't want an Amazon tracking number. And since MCF was launched in 2007, over 450,000 e-commerce businesses have used MCF to handle their multi-channel order fulfillment. So let's transition into why merchants choose MCF today. The first point that we want to touch on is network and expertise. So by using MCF, you're gaining access to Amazon's best-in-class fulfillment network. Amazon has spent more than 2 decades building a connected global network, which has over 2,000 facilities, including 200 fulfillment centers, over 100,000 trucks, vans, and planes, and over 1 million operations staff and partners. MCF puts the power of this fulfillment network at your fingertips, enabling you to use all of our resources to deliver for your customers around the world across all your sales channels. And having access to this network also allows you to consolidate your inventory into a single pool that you can use to fulfill both on Amazon orders with Fulfillment by Amazon, or commonly referred to as FBA, and off Amazon orders with MCF. So with this pooled inventory approach, you can streamline your logistics operations, cut costs, and unlock opportunities for growth and expansion. The second reason why businesses choose MCF is our delivery speed, which should be an obvious point. Over the years, we've invested in our delivery network to bring us closer to customers so that we can get them their orders faster. And recent research by Nielsen IQ revealed that Amazon has an average click-to-door speed of 1.9 days, which is over 50% faster than all other retailers. So with MCF, you can leverage Amazon's fulfillment network so you can offer your customers a Prime-like delivery experience with shipping speeds as fast as 1 day for their off Amazon orders. Going into a third reason merchants trust us is our reliability. So with MCF, you can delight your customers with an on-time delivery rate that is greater than 97% in the US and UK, with deliveries made 7 days a week. You can also count on MCF to deliver your orders to customers without damages. In fact, we have a 99.98% undamaged package delivery rate. And then for my final reason why e-commerce businesses like yours use MCF is operational excellence. So simply put, with MCF, you can optimize your order fulfillment process from online checkout to delivery at your customers' doorsteps. So let's talk about, how do we achieve this? And there are 3 areas that I wanted to highlight. Number 1, we provide real-time tracking on every order so that you and your customers can monitor the progress of orders from the moment that they're ordered all the way to delivery. Secondly, we ship your orders automatically in unbranded packaging, like I mentioned earlier, and that comes at no additional cost to you. And number 3, we offer an array of integrations through pre-built applications like the one we have for Orderdesk and also custom APIs. These integrations enable you to seamlessly connect MCF to your backend systems and automate and streamline your end-to-end order fulfillment process. All right, so now to dive a little bit more specific into the Orderdesk integration. Let's talk about how you would get connected. So basically with the Orderdesk integration, you can manage and grow your multi-channel e-commerce business by automatically syncing Amazon inventory levels across channels, submitting MCF orders to Amazon for fulfillment, tracking the status of shipments, and also sending the tracking information back to your channels. And one thing that I didn't touch on just now is within Orderdesk, you can also set, as you probably are aware, various rules as to which orders will go to MCF versus which orders you can send to, your current operation. So say hypothetically, if you were an FBA seller today and you had maybe a subset of your entire catalog sitting with Amazon, but you sold, your entire catalog through your branded website, Orderdesk can help you out by routing just the orders that are stocked in Amazon to us while keeping the rest of them sent to you for fulfillment. So that's a pretty common use case where some people will, use a combined approach of using MCF for some of their best sellers and maybe their current operation for their existing. Should also be added that this Orderdesk integration with MCF is free for all Orderdesk customers. So you can learn more by visiting the integrations page we have on our MCF website, or I've also dropped a quick link here where you can learn more about the order desk and MCF combined functionality. All right, and so thank you for taking the time to listen and learn more about MCF with me today. So just to wrap up, with MCF, you can leverage Amazon's fulfillment network and expertise to deliver your orders on time across any channel, delight your customers by giving them the Amazon fulfillment and fast delivery experience they know and love, and drive the long-term growth of your e-commerce business. I would encourage you to explore our website, supplychain.amazon.com, to learn more about how MCF can transform your multi-channel e-commerce business. And with that, we can transition into some questions. So again, if you joined after the beginning, there should be a questions section within your GoToWebinar dashboard where you can enter your questions, and I see some questions are coming in. And just as a heads up, I can just see kind of one line at a time. So please type your whole question in there. So here's a question that came in. So Amazon MCF can serve both our Amazon Prime orders, i.e. FBA, and our Shopify orders. So we only need inventory in one place for MCF. Is that right? Yes, that's exactly right. So inbounding into FBA is basically going to be the same between FBA and MCF, as it's just going to be one pool of inventory that's going to serve both channels. And we didn't touch on these points today in my slides, but we actually see that when somebody's selling on Amazon and using MCF, that actually improves their Amazon business as well, because they're going to be stocking higher levels of inventory with us, allows us to have products that are closer to customers. So more customers are going to see that, same day, 1 day delivery, et cetera. And you're also going to be, moving through your inventory at a faster rate. So by using both services, you actually see a positive benefit, not just from the points I touched on MCF today, but also just kind of a halo effect on your Amazon business as well. So a question came in on the packaging when you're inbounding products. So if you have, your brand's name on the outside of the box, that's totally fine. So if you're inbounding to Amazon that way today, nothing about that process needs to change. When we go to ship out an order to the customer, we will always overbox for MCF. So your packaging, that might have your brand on the outside of it, will just be wrapped in another brand neutral box. Here's another question. How can we get a better sense of the unit economics? Like if we had our unit price was X, and what percent would be the Amazon MCF cost to fulfill that item? Would it be the same or different from FBA? So MCF costs are different from FBA, both in just number and in structure. So with MCF, we're not going to take a referral fee like we do for Amazon.com orders. So the actual selling price of the item doesn't come into the equation at all when we're calculating the price. So all that'll matter to determine your MCF fee is the size and weight of the individual items in the order, how many units are in each particular order, as you get some per unit discounts with more than one unit in the order, and then also how quickly you want it shipped. So ranging from standard, expedited, priority, you'll get more expensive as you go faster. And on our supplychain.amazon.com website, there's a whole section there for pricing. You can download our rate card and get a good sense of what your MCF cost will be. Yeah, so maybe I could lean on the order desk team for a little help with this one to talk to some specifics. But for that scenario that I painted earlier, where I have some of my catalog in Amazon, but I have my entire catalog in my existing warehouse. What would be my next steps within Orderdesk to say, route just orders for these SKUs with Amazon, but keep the rest the same?
Yeah, hi. We can definitely chime in on that. So typically, what someone will do when they use Autodesk is they will import their inventory into our system. So we'll sort of maintain a list of all those SKUs and any associated data that belongs with those. Then using the rule builder in Autodesk, you'll be able to create those sort of advanced automations that say either if if there's an order that comes from this specific location, then send it to this certain fulfillment provider, or you can get even more fine-tuned and complex from there. They can filter by things like order source, certain order data variations. There's all sorts of ways that that sort of thing can be filtered and segmented and routed appropriately.
That's great. Yeah, super helpful. Thanks, Dan. Last call for questions. Okay, seeing a couple more coming in here. So question on how the block Amazon logistics feature works. So I guess how foolproof is it? So thanks to Orderdesk, they actually launched this ability within their platform. So you can dictate to us through Orderdesk to say block Amazon logistics, and we will only ship it using the postal service or UPS. And so there's zero chance that order can ship out using an Amazon delivery van. Using that functionality does come with a 5% surcharge. So whatever your MCF rate is, let's say it's $10, then you would just add 5% on top of that $10 to use the block Amazon logistics. Okay. It looks like we have answered all the questions that came in here. If you think of anything, let me go back a slide. If you think of anything that we didn't talk about today or you have questions on, feel free to go to this link. It might be able to answer your question there on some of the questions on MCF or how it works with Autodesk. Or if you have questions on how to set this up, including some of those automation rules we discussed, you can reach out to the Autodesk team at their support inbox as well for help. But thanks again for joining. I hope this presentation was valuable, and looking forward to hopefully seeing some of you in the future. Thanks, everyone.